Hopefully I'll make it. I'll come, hopefully. I'm ready when you are.
Muted.
Hi, I'm Fish of the Justice League, and once again, it's my tip video for Badlands. I'm being helped today by Brainmaster of Division, or Team Dynamic, on the stream, so thank you for his help. Just going to quickly run over Badlands, give a few tips, more aimed towards sort of Division 6 and 5. Perhaps teams in Division 4 would benefit from it as well. Just a few tips about the map, so some of the things I've learned from playing TF2. Very quickly to start off with, I'm going to run through the medic rollout, which I've seen a few medics do wrong in the lower divisions. So the medic rollout is always first, heal your demo. Make sure your other team are crouching so you pick up your demo easily. Your demo will do the first sticky jump from here to here, sticky jump off the wall, and off he goes. Try and heal your demo as long as possible to get him a full buff. After that, try to pick up your roam soldier, so your demo will be gone. You pick up your roam soldier here before he does this rocket jump off the wall. So it doesn't matter too much roam or pocket, so long as you pick up one of your soldiers, but try for your roam. The roam soldier will get a crit heals, and he should get about 300 by the time he jumps off here. So then pick up your 2 scouts, buff your 2 scouts to full, pick up your roam soldier again. Roam soldier will jump up to here. Hopefully your demo man won't be taking this med pack. He should have enough health not to take this med pack. This med pack should be for the pocket soldier. Heal your roam soldier to here, heal him to here. He should be on 300. Don't forget to do this little jump across, save off half a second. Now pick up your pocket. Your pocket soldier, fully buff him. By the time he gets out of this house, he should be on around 280 to 300. There's a few demos I've watched recently where the rollout heals are wrong. The rollout heals are quite important because I've seen soldiers come out of here in 180 or 200, and that extra 100 or 80 HP is going to make a world of difference to your soldiers at mids. So quickly running through mids, there's quite a few tactics for mids. I'm not going to give out loads of different tactics. I'm just going to give a few pieces of advice around mids. So the mid fight, as always in TF2, the mid fight is quite dependent on the demo man. Try to let your demo man have a little bit of free reign, so your demo man is in control of the mids to some degree. A small tip for demos: if you're going to come out onto the train, try to get on top of the train or a little bit more forward. I see a lot of demo men fall back to here and try to spam. If you stay back here, you're actually an easier target yourself, so you're going to sort of get spammed back yourself. This is an easier area to spam, whereas on the train you can sort of dodge off from pipes and stickies. So for a medic point of view, as soon as you come out into mid to get your soldiers fully buffed, as soon as you come out here, you need to tag onto your demo straight away. Your demo is going to need that full buff. Quickly pick up the scout that should be standing around this area, protecting your demo man, make sure he's got a buff. So pick up your demo man straight away. Now the quite important thing about this mid is the roam soldier is there to make a small window of opportunity or things happen. So your roam soldier could jump from valley, could jump from window and jump into their team. Hopefully you follow up some damage by your demo man, pushing their team backwards. If your roam soldier does jump up onto their train, he's going to create sort of 1 or 2 or 3 seconds where you've got a little bit of opportunity to get onto the point. As a medic, I hate standing around here. If you stand around here, you're more likely to die because it's quite easy for a pipe to come over and you not to see it in time. Whereas if you stand here, it's a little bit easier to dodge. You've got a little bit more room to maneuver. And the tip on Badlands is to try and get onto the point, try and get some cap off, try and keep your team there and just stay strong as a team. Another mid you can try is your demo man. If he damages them a lot, you can jump 2 soldiers in sync, jump them straight across onto their train. When they've jumped, your demo man needs to jump down onto the point with you as the medic. 2 soldiers up onto here are probably going to bully their team backwards. When you've bullied their team out of it, you've got the cap, so that's all you're really aiming for. You don't have to wipe a team out. All you need to do is just get this cap. Don't be afraid to fall out from mid. If you've lost 2 players, especially 2, if you lost a soldier and demo man, I wouldn't be staying in anymore because you've got no damage output. If you lost a scout and a soldier, you might just about get something, but it's probably less likely. If you've lost them very quickly, they're probably not very heavily damaged, so you're probably going to struggle to win. So if you do feel that you need to fall out, just fall out of the mids, and obviously try and keep as many people alive as possible. At least then you've got something to hold on to. It's really worthless as a medic staying in, just trying to fight at lost cause, because if you lose yourself, you're probably going to get rolled and lose that round. Whereas if you just fallen back, you would have had something to hold on to, rather than nothing to hold on to. So quickly running through CP3, you're now holding CP3. If you're holding CP3 against an Uber, so Uber versus Uber, most teams probably won't push you because it's really hard to push. Most teams are probably not going to push you Uber versus Uber, so if you've got an Uber and you know that or you're on your way to an Uber and you know that they're on their way to the same sort of Uber as well, Just get your demo man to stand on this train, spam down at them, spam stickies, have your soldier in this area as well. As a medic, just stand off the train, stand here, so at least then you can avoid the spam, you can move around, avoid the pipe spam. Have your Roman soldiers sort of poking the house, maybe you'll pick off a cheap kill. Have your scouts sort of floating around the flanks so they can stand on the balcony. They can obviously support the Roman soldier, and you've got a 3-3 defense. If you're fighting an Uber versus a non-Uber versus Uber, so they've got an Uber, they're probably going to push you. As a medic, get your demo man to stand on this train again. All he needs to do is just make sure they Uber through the choke, really. He's more than likely going to die for it, but at least they've used their Uber. The Roman soldier can sort of stand here in case they come from house, so he can see the house. The pocket and the medic should be standing back here, so the pocket building the medic back here. If you're playing medic, just make sure you've got a fallout option and try and make it clear where you're going to fall out. So I would say I'm going to fall house when they Uber in, I'm going to fall choke when they Uber in. And the key is just to keep yourself up. So when they've Ubered in, hopefully, if you're lucky, your demo man can sticky jump backwards, your soldier can rocket jump backwards, and you can all get out and hopefully keep enough numbers just to hold on to CP2 or even push back into CP3 if you've got an Uber. Your scouts potentially could go round for a back cap, but that's really your choice. If you're going to try for a back cap, it's kind of an all or nothing. You're going to have to push stuff back onto the point to try and block it. That's pretty much holding CP3. So pushing CP3 now. Pushing CP3, like I said, I wouldn't be pushing CP3 if I didn't have an Uber. An Uber versus Uber push on CP3 is quite tricky. You're not kind of going to get in quick enough to make them use their Uber at the same time you use. You're probably going to use earlier and they're going to hold on to it, Uber back at you and probably wipe you out. So I'd advise pushing Uber versus non-Uber. So if you're going to push that, you've got a couple of options. You can push from the choke. If you're going to push from the choke, you don't really have to use the Uber as early as some people do. All you need to do is just get your soldier to spot for stickies, so have a little look for stickies, the obvious places for stickies, and then your soldier and demo can just walk casually in, they can just push in. All you need to do, if you need to use that Uber at that point, just use it. There's no point in holding on to it and dropping it. So all they need to do is push their team backwards. You can do it without an Uber, just push their team back out of choke, out of house. As soon as you push them back, get your soldier demo on this train, bring your scouts into cap, and just basically hold the train. You could even be tempted to push along further, so probably push into them, maybe try and kill the medic. But again, it depends how you're doing, how many people are up, how many people are down, etc. So that's pretty much pushing CP3, all apart from the house push. You can push house, just leave your soldier on the choke, so he's holding choke, you can't get back capped. Pushing through house, you just kind of need to Uber through this doorway. It's too risky not to Uber, the stickies could be anywhere when you Uber. Uber through the doorway, the soldier and demo needs to jump aggressively onto their train. You need to follow them up, bring the scouts in behind you to cap again, and basically just try and pick off a couple of kills or just push them off the point. Again, you don't need to chase the kills down, you just need to get the cap off and work from there. So, moving on to CP2 now. Pushing CP2 before holding CP2. Actually no, I'll do holding CP2 first. So holding CP2, you've got 3 areas which you can hold. All the time your scouts and Roman soldier will probably hold in this area here. So for your medics, well actually no, your Roman soldier will just ignore that. So your scouts will always be in this area here. If you're going to hold the choke area, probably Uber versus Uber, you would have your Roman soldier holding the Haunter. So here, you'd have your pocket and your demo spamming back at the choke. And the most likely thing that's going to happen, they're going to jump a soldier around at you. So as a medic, just float your position in. Don't stay in the same position all the time. So holding this area here, soldier jumps around. Obviously keep your eyes looking up. Don't be sort of looking at the soldier. Quickly tag into hill, then look back up in this area. Keep your viewpoint up in this area here so you can see the soldier jump. At least then you've got more of an opportunity to jump away from him. Rather than sort of healing the soldier, they call soldiers in, where is that soldier? It's kind of look up in this area here. So that would encourage them to move a soldier around. They might push the rest of the team. It's just a case of staying strong. Your Roman soldier should pretty much stay out of an Uber if you use it, so just tuck him into house or tell him to move back a little bit. So you want to keep your soldier in your demo. What the demo can do if they push in, your demo can put stickies behind them so they can't exit, so that you can fling them back in to get killed by the soldier. So that's one area to hold. The other hold is trash. So pretty much you're probably going to hold trash if you're Uber disadvantaged, but you're not that far away from Uber. So holding the trash, try to have your demo soldier sort of standing on the spire to spam back at them. Your demo man can stand around here. Soldier more useful up there. Your roam soldier will now be supporting the 2 scouts over there in that area. And you basically just want to spam the choke area and force them to use the Uber. So spamming this area here will probably force the medic to pop. As soon as he's popped, just move it back. Move your team back until you can get the Uber to block the point off. If you're not going to get the Uber, fall back to the last. And this position here, you can encourage the scouts to go for a back cap. So 2 scouts can push around the flank and go behind them. 2 scouts can go for a back cap here. And if you've got an Uber, all you need to do is Uber a soldier up onto the point, stand underneath, Uber the soldier, making sure that they can't cap the point. It gives you about 8 seconds for the scouts to cap. The team will probably realise that they've got to go and block, and they'll start to fall back through choke. So you can push your soldier demo man into them and tell your scouts they're coming back, so the scouts that are capping can either drop off or meet them head on, sandwiching the team, hopefully picking off a few frags there.